there, Dave here, along with Chris and Jordan on the Dumb Money Live stimulus update and happy hour. Thank you all for being with us this afternoon. We have a fantastic show coming up for you guys, and Chris has a new background, including a Christmas tree, and he has a very festive looking. What is your festive beer koozie there?
You know what, Dave? This is our
the crawfish
boil at Carlis.
Yes.
Remember that?
That was a classic event. I have a dozen of those too.
Those were good times, man. Those were good. That's when we were working, day jobs for the dollar.
Are we on the air right now?
Are we?
Are we on the air?
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
It shows green.
Why?
Let me pull it up
I didn't know that we were going live.
Oh, did you guys not hit the like button?
I
have 146 of them. Although I don't really have a big formal intro on today's episode, so we're just going to roll straight through. But we really do appreciate all of the likes. And if we can get to 200, I will tell you what my craft cocktail of the afternoon is.
Can you guess what my beer is just from that?
Yes, I 100% know what that is.
It's a Modelo.
Yeah. Because that's all you have, and that's all you drink.
You had the most boring beer choice.
Use that information.
Anyone who watched last week or the week before knows that you are a Modelo drinker.
Dave, before we get into this episode, can we talk about the next episode, which I'm super pumped about?
Yes. This next episode coming up on Monday.
I spent so much time working on the data for this, and I am shocked that we were able to collectively figure out roughly how 20 million of the 25 million-ish that we made this year, how exactly we made it, and we did the calculations. And we're going to actually do a countdown, and this is a lot of work, guys, went into this, because everyone's like, but exactly how did you get to the 20 or 25 or whatever it is? And we're going to tell you, going all the way back, pre-pandemic, exactly how we did it this year.
It's going to be a countdown. The top 10 biggest trades of the year for the Dumb Money guys. And that is going to be on Monday.
Pretty much exactly what we made, too, on each of those trades. Full,
I did the math.
It's all out there.
Yeah. And some of the ones on your top 10 list, Chris, I lost money on. So this is going to be a fun, real-time interactive episode.
How is that possible?
I
sent you my list,
There's
Jordan.
One in my head that I wonder if people in the comments will guess. There's one here that this Dave kind of went in a little crazy heavy, and just for whatever reason, kind of stuck with it.
I know what one it is.
Yeah,
I know.
And still in it, and not knowing when to get out of it, if ever. Maybe it'll come back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. The like squad in the house. Thank you guys so much for doing that for us. We can talk about the stimulus, and we can talk about happy hour. Two fantastic topics this afternoon.
I'm just excited because I know that we, everybody always wants to know how this year went, and I love looking back at this year. I don't know if we'll ever have another year like this.
Everyone in the comments knows GAN.
Yeah, there it is.
That is my. I'm down $200,000 ish in GAN. Everything else is a big positive for me this year.
And my biggest loser so far this year, I'm down like 20K in, and that is Energy Transfer.
You know what, Jordan? When you said that, I just
countdown.
assumed that I lost money in ET, and when I pulled that up last night, guess what? I made like a tiny bit,
it went up for like a day, and I bought it that day.
Yeah.
I think I got out right around even on that one.
Let's talk stimulus, because seriously, this is no joke. I'm starting to get a little excited, legit excited going into the end of the year.
I think the market is starting to get legit excited, and when the news is pushed back, the market has the tremors again. We drop down every single time. There's like a slight delay, or no decision today, or something by Christmas, or maybe after Christmas. It's just like the push and the pull and all of that. The market was mixed.
All right, I have some really weird. I don't know. I have some unusual thoughts going into, and tell me if I'm overthinking this, because I might be overthinking it. We've been talking about this stimulus for a long time, and we couldn't do it for the election. Then after the election, things were so sour. People were just like, it's not happening, and we're not even talking about it.
Yep.
There was a lot of anger, right, from both sides post-election. Things have been said, feelings were hurt, right? Don't you feel like with the country where it is right now, especially with the pandemic, it's pretty dark, right? This is like getting into one of the darkest times I think we've had since the beginning of the pandemic. We're going into the holiday season. The holidays are literally a few weeks away. It's
a very
new
different
time
holiday
to
season.
start.
We're hitting crazy high numbers, unseen numbers, and we have a vaccine. We have good news. We have bad news. It's a very
But Dave, I think these senators have been so hard for so long in their negotiations. I feel like the seasonality, I feel like the temperament of the nation and of the holiday season that we all need so much the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I feel it's going to soften them up a little bit. I know it sounds insane. Out of all the negotiation tactics that we can talk about, all the political angles you can take. I know it sounds insane, but I think that is going to have some impact. I feel like going into the new year, going into the holidays, that these senators are feeling a little bit of pressure, and they're just so beat down. They're so beat down. They're like, you know what? If they want a stupid stimulus, all right, if they want cash direct checks, deposit checks, the administration saying just do it, $600. The Democrats obviously want to do it. You got Bernie and this one, Trumper Republican who are coming together on a special bill saying we're not doing anything unless you do it.
Unless you do the cash payments to people, we're not going to vote yes on anything. And yeah, there's a couple of these ultimatum senators out there. But the whole gist of it is we don't know yet. Like it's not a done deal, and we don't know.
We know money's to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you feel it? Don't you feel that the senators are just feeling a little worn down? Put yourself in their shoes right now. Imagine if you're a fiscally conservative senator, okay? You're a fiscally conservative Republican senator that's against the direct payment. Because really, what are we talking about, guys?
Direct payments.
Direct payments. That's what really matters, right?
Well, the liability thing, the whole liability clause, they're both the White House proposal, the multiple proposals that are out there all have various versions of that. And that seems to be a sticking point. That and also the states, the money for states. Those are the things that are just gumming up the works and causing a stalemate between everyone.
I know.
Pretty much everything else is check, we got it. All these are fine. The numbers, there's going to be a little back and forth on the numbers. It's those kind of three big sticking points.
But don't you think that those sticking points have had enough time that people can say, you know what, we didn't approve it, we pushed it, we
did everything we could, and yeah.
But ultimately, now we have a government shutdown, and we're going to have to budge. I feel like time and seasonality and just wearing people down. I could be insane thinking this, but I
think the government shutdown is not going to happen. But really, every time they say there's a government shutdown, I still don't even understand why that's a thing. Because it's not like the government actually is going to shut down. It's just, and there's also a bill where they're going to vote whether or not they're going to not pay the senators unless they come up with a deal. What senator is going to vote for no, I don't want to pay myself? No, that's not the way they work.
Listen, push comes to shove. I think eventually a deal gets done. We've always kind of said that. I feel like the time is now. And I think these guys want to get it done before the holidays because they don't want the stress. People don't want the stress. And there's enough pressure. Also, let's not forget the Georgia runoff, okay? So
and that becomes, I think, one of the reasons for, and I can't even figure out the politics behind it, but you either want it to happen or don't want it to happen, a stimulus that is, because you want to have more leverage for the Georgia runoff.
Yeah, but don't you also think that the worse the shutdowns get? Because listen, New York just shut down all indoor dining literally hours ago, okay?
Yep.
And you know how this goes, guys. The more shutdowns happen pushed by government, the more pushback by the citizens of, well, you better darn get us some cash then, because I just lost my job, or if I'm not waiting tables, okay, if I'm not servicing that restaurant, I'm not getting paid, you better, and you're the government, then you better pay me, okay? So I feel like the things that we need to see to get a direct stimulus check, because I don't care about the other stuff, I'm talking about the check, okay?
Yep.
Call it $600, call it $1,200. By the way, let's talk about what this check is. We're throwing around that number like 1,200. Guys, it's not 1,200. If it were 1,200, for most people, it's like 3,000, because it's 1,200 for each spouse, right? So times 2, plus an additional 500 per child. That's what they're going for, okay? So the average family out there, call it 1.5 kids, 2 kids, I don't know what it is these days. You're basically looking at roughly $2,500 to $3,500 cash money, okay? Cash money. Now, I don't want to even get into the stock picks yet, because we'll talk about that second half of the show, but it's big. Like, even if it's half of that, if it's only 600, right? That'd be 600 times 2, plus call it 300 a kid or something, right? Like, either way, it's going to be substantial. Substantial.
Yeah. And is that a
right?
one-time payment?
It's a one-time payment, just like last time, Jordan.
Yeah.
But think about it, going into the holiday season, isn't this the season that you can kind of get away if you're a fiscally conservative senator of the GOP? If you're ever going to do it, you've been fighting it for so long. You know,
I did my best not to give the money, but it's Christmas, it's the holidays. Let's give away some money to people.
It's subconscious, Dave, but I'm telling you, it's there. It's there. They might not ever admit to that, but it's a component. Now, I might be overstating how big of a component.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of components. That direct cash payment, the check that you'll get in the mail, I think it's in the mail or direct deposit or however it comes. I didn't get one. But that is a big part of it, but it's more PPP money for small businesses. It's more state and local money. It's more unemployment, extending that unemployment thing that's ending.
Checks, Dave.
Why didn't we get checks? Because we make too much money.
Oh, don't complain.
Well, there was a limit on, Oh, yeah, there was.
It's based on your income.
Three of us even hints at complaining about not getting a stimulus check. This channel is dead. I can tell you that right now.
The reason we didn't get checks is we don't deserve checks.
Cards. I think my dad got like a debit card. Is that true?
That's possible.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you got like a stimulus debit card or something.
I know that
sweet.
my late grandmother got a check.
Jordan, I think your dad got taken by a credit card company. Here's your stimulus credit card.
I don't know.
Just go spend on it or approve it here.
Pedro says that I should get the stimulus check so I can afford Netflix.
I think that's what it would go for. For most people, and that's the thing though. You bring up a good point, because it's not just will the stimulus check happen, because it will. It's a matter of when. It's what are people going to spend on? What are they going to do?
Well, now they're going to buy Christmas stuff for their kids and all that, right?
Yeah, they're going to buy PS5s, but they can't.
It really depends on who you are. Some people do that. Some people like full on need the money, right? So some people are like they don't have any income and they're in a really rough way. But some people are fine and they'll just blow it.
Yep.
Listen, the same thing we talked about earlier this year. This is a huge trade for us early this year. You guys will get to see exactly how big of a trade it was for us on Monday. But listen, we all know that there are people out there that absolutely are in need of this, call it a stimulus or an emergency check, emergency spending check to pay their rent, just to pay for groceries. We know this because, all the surveys last time, we saw how the money was spent. But for every one of those people that really needs it, there's going to be another person or maybe even 2 or 3 people that receive the stimulus check that don't need it. We're not going to get political. It just happens, right? It's going to happen. So these are people that are fully employed, probably spending less money, as we all know this year, because we're not traveling and doing stuff. And also a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people, 30-40% are in the market. And they're making crazy money this year in the market. So there's an insane amount of surplus cash that's put out there into hands of people. And, we killed this trade last time, guys. That's what we need to talk about. What is the trade this time? How is it different, and how is it the same, assuming the stimulus gets done?
Hey,
I have some thoughts.
Jordan, could you turn off whatever speaker's on in your room? We're hearing, and Chris is echoing. Really? Because I'm hearing it too. I just saw it in the comments. Echo.
Chris has an echo.
It's gone now.
Want me to log off and come back?
No. It had to be some speaker somewhere. Maybe it's me. Hello? No, it's not me.
Wait, why is everyone
What's the trade?
You get a new camera. I thought this is a new lens. I just bought this lens from Dave this morning. Do you not like it, guys? It's supposed to be better.
No, I think people said it's good. Chris got a new camera.
Oh, no.
It's the echo they don't like.
How much do I owe you for that lens, Dave? $500?
Whatever. Yeah, it was like, I think $540.
Just send me your. Should I Venmo it or what?
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of got jealous because Jordan, it's one thing for Dave to look ridiculously good because, he's been doing this for 30 some odd years. Like he's like the Peter McKinnon of finance YouTube. Right?
I've not been doing finance YouTube for 35 years. I've been a fan of making videos for
30 years. You've been producing for 30 something years. But when Jordan starts learning, and so Jordan behind the scenes, guys, he's like all of a sudden learning photography and he knows all this stuff. And look at him, look at how he's come up in production value. Now he's got the blurred background. And so now I'm feeling left out. So, I'm doing my best. I'm gonna get a fill light next week and maybe even a hair light at some point. But I'll look better.
I will. I'll show people what you have going on. This is your new setup where you have everything on one crazy stand that you roll out of your closet, and the new laptop stand is there. That's nice. So you have a little portable table that can go wherever you decide to go.
Dude, that is a serious setup.
You've
and
rotated
I'm also
around.
going to get the drink holder that goes on the side of my laptop deal on one side, and the mouse deal that goes on the other side of it. So that will be cool. And then you see that extra bar that goes straight in the ceiling, Dave? That's the one, that I'm going to put my fill light on, and on that beam light on the left. So we do our best. We're doing our best to crank up the production value for you guys because we appreciate you spending time with us.
If you go back and watch some of our very old original videos, you'll see that it was a little sketchy for a while.
The place you can't compete, though, Chris, is just my raw beauty. You can't touch it.
That's a good segue for me to make our craft cocktail of the day, which
what is it, Dave?
I am having for the holidays because it got cold overnight and it's getting colder tomorrow. I'm having a hot toddy. So, I have to turn on the kettle back here.
Are you going to do it like real time?
I've added a kettle to the set so I can brew it back there. This is going to be bullet and honey and lemon. I put a little allspice, little extra cinnamon. I have a real cinnamon stick to do my swirling. I pre-mixed everything except for adding some hot water, and that's basically what a hot toddy is. So this is
the bullet rye too. Not
bullet
just
rye for sure.
Bullet, yeah.
Which is, it's so good.
The rye is important because it's got those Christmas flavors in it.
Yes.
You guys are out of control.
Jordan, what are you having today?
I've got, let's see, what's in my Yeti? It is Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA from New Belgium Brewery.
Nice.
One of my favorite breweries.
Are you doing like liquor sponsorships on the side, Jordan? Is that what's going on here?
This is not liquor. This is beer. I am not sponsored.
Jordan's like, I don't know. Let's see what's in my my Yeti.
My Yeti brand.
Oh, I am sponsored by Yeti, though. I'm not.
Link in the description below if you are interested in buying a Yeti. Actually, do you know, my dog loves drinking out of the large Yeti. I won't let her do it out of mine, but Megan always lets her drink out of the Yeti. And I think Yeti makes a dog bowl, so I'm going to be buying that for chimichanga for Christmas.
Oh, I've been asked about my ABV. It's high. 7.5.
Mine's higher. What's that, 40?
Sorry, I'm going to pull Google Trends on Yeti right now because someone else tweeted me about Yeti that they were in really big. I'm trying to figure out why going, because it's a summer brand, you know? Are they like, have they figured out, have they figured out how to like, you know, I know people buy them as holiday gifts, but maybe they're doing a better job with non-summery stuff. I don't know. Like a dog bowl.
I think it's a good holiday gift. It's the perfect gift for people.
Yeti.
I mean, I wouldn't buy it for myself. Actually, I did, but in theory, I wouldn't buy it for myself. But giving a gift, are you going to give the knockoff brand? Or are you going to give the, oh, this is a nice gift, right?
That's a good point. My Yeti is a gift to me. Yeah. From other people. I buy the Arctic every time.
I think that the Yeti that I have, Megan bought for me as a gift, and I'm sure I've given them as a gift in the past. I'm waiting for my kettle to boil so that I can have my hot toddy. Oh, I also got in the mail. This is a perfect day to show this. Anybody have any idea what this might be?
No. What is a box?
We might be having another unboxing here today. Let's see if anyone in the comments can guess what this is. Oh yeah, credit card came in this. Somebody knows. We've talked about it on the show. Well, not on Happy Hour Day.
All right, what is it?
This is my Tesla tequila.
Oh, dude!
I have one of my two boxes. Dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone got it. Someone got it right.
Oh, so did you say? Are you gonna drink that or not drink that?
I'm gonna give one as a gift, and I'm going to keep one. And I think, I'll try it. I may not try it today because it doesn't really go with my seasonal flavor. Maybe next week.
All right, you're gonna have to open that up while you're making your hot toddy.
There is interest in your new MacBook, by the way.
Oh yes, here's my new MacBook too. I have all kinds of new things. I have 3 of these coming. They lost one on the way here, and I have so they found it and it's on its way. And I ordered a replacement, and they sent me a replacement. So it's a big day for MacBook.
By the way, I don't know if it's getting hot in my makeshift studio or if it's your hot toddy, but for another unpaid sponsorship.
Yeah, strip it down. Oh, Robin Hood. My wardrobe is brought to you by us, Dumb Money Live, now available in the merch store. Although it's too late to get. I think yesterday was the last day if you want to order Christmas gifts. But here's what I'm going to do for everyone whose stuff either gets delayed or if you want to have a last minute gift for the Dumb Money viewer in your life. The 3 of us are going to have a special holiday greeting that's only available to people who bought something and need a last minute gift. You can write the address in a card and give it to someone, and it will be the 3 of us wishing you a very happy holidays and letting you know that the gift that was ordered from our gift store is late and it will be there soon.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Look forward to doing that. All right, guys. How is it, bud? Is your hot toddy all done, Dave? Is it?
My hot toddy is amazing. It's my go-to holiday drink.
All right, let's get back to
toddy. Actually, hot? Is it hot?
I just boiled water in that kettle back there.
Yeah. Okay.
I rewired the studio to have electricity on that shelf so that I could do that. Okay, I don't have all the camera set up. This is the unboxing of.
That's it. Dude, I need to buy that. Is that still sold out?
Oh yeah, I think it was a one-time production run, and that's it.
Be kidding me.
So look at that. Matte black box with I love that kind of gloss print that they do on things.
I will buy that from you, Dave.
No. This is for me
right now.
You'll find the other 5 I bought on eBay. No, they had a limit to 2 per household, so I bought 2. They're $250 a piece from Tesla.
Let me see how much you're going for on eBay right now.
So it comes with foam. If you guys watch Hey There Dave here, you know how impressed I am with foam packaging. It comes with an instruction booklet showing you the shape of the bottle and how to remove the top. Apparently straight up is the answer. You don't want to go to the side. There's the instructions. And then, so it's a, can you guys see what I'm doing here?
Dave, you could sell the empty bottle after you drink it for $400 on eBay.
Yeah, but that's half the reason I bought it is for the bottle.
Yeah, but then he couldn't display it.
It's going to probably be on the shelf behind us.
Yeah, you got to keep that.
So here's the Tesla branded metal stand. There's a little Tesla logo on it. You guys aren't going to be able to see that. This is a problem with a live unboxing. It's way better when you have time to edit it. And then here is the actual bottle itself in custom molded foam. This is actually foam, unlike some unidentifiable foam that I've seen in other products. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? And then to remove the top, you pull it straight up, or else you apparently damage the whole thing.
$900, dude. That's how much it's going for right now. $900.
So then, if I put this right there, and I zoom out so you can see slightly better, here it is. Look at that.
Pretty sweet. Now, did you get the Blanco or?
It does not look Blanco.
Did you also buy the Blanco though?
No, they only had one. They only had one when I bought it. Maybe they already sold out of the other.
Yeah, they have the Blanco too. I would love to get the Blanco. Like, if for me.
Are you sure they had a? This is the only one available when I bought it.
Really? Maybe they're just colored differently, or maybe they're empty. That's why.
There's a sticker on here that says "Read instructions before opening," because apparently they had a problem with that, or else they wouldn't have been so specific about how to open it.
Tesla had a problem.
It smells really good. A manufacturing error. Chris, if you want to come try this, you can. I know you're a big tequila fan.
I really wanted it more just as a show factor, you know, like it looked good in the bar.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
Yeah, I figured. All right, so let's talk about stimulus, though. So we talked a little bit about stimulus. Let's just make an assumption that we're right and stimulus happens. I think we get, better chance than not that we get a direct payment stimulus approved with a direct payment check. Call it $600, maybe $800. You can double that for most people. Add a kid, you might be looking at $1,500 per family. Not as big as the first stimulus, but certainly not small. Also, relatively unexpected, right? The market is not really planning on this happening. So, if we start to see news pop up over the weekend or early next week that signals that the fiscally conservative Republicans in the Senate are willing to pass something with a direct payment stimulus, what are we going to buy or sell? I have some ideas. What do you guys think? Like, what pops up what's the first thing that pops up in your head? Like,
oh, wait, hold on a second. Look, breaking news. Alan told me that you can buy his bottle.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Just text him.
How much?
I don't know. You brokered the deal. I'm not a middleman in this. You can go direct to the source.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, man. I'll text you if it's reasonable. If it's reasonable.
Watch him backpedal out of wanting to buy one. He wanted one when he couldn't get one, but now that he can, he's like, I don't know if I want to spend $1,100 on a bottle of.
Oh yeah, sure you can have. It's gonna be great, and then it's like $1,000.
Alan, think about it. If it's reasonable, I'm a reasonable person. I would appreciate it. I'm not saying I need to get it for what you paid for it. I just don't want to pay these crazy eBay fees either. So maybe, something that's reasonable.
Hey, Chris, Pedro Tellerico on the chat right now just pointed out that because I used it on camera, it's now a business expense. You also have now talked about it. This is purely a business. You're buying it as a prop for your television program.
So true. So true. All right. Let me throw the first thing out there that I think where my mind goes, and you're just going to shock.
I can tell you. Oh, really? Because I know where my bounce back stimulus money. I've already spent it. I spent it the day the vaccine was announced.
Let me just throw something out real quick, and you're not going to believe what I'm about to say.
Well, that's a lot of suspense.
Crypto. Yeah. I'm
hearing more and more people talking about crypto, not just like like weird chat room people going, we've got that crypto. I'm hearing like real businesses that instead of putting their money in a bank, I can't remember the name of this company, but there's a company out there that is a cash heavy company, and they basically are buying Bitcoin instead of like bonds or treasuries or whatever stable thing they normally put their money in. They're buying crypto, and the Bitcoin has done better for them than the actual performance of their company. And now the question is, are they still a business, or are they just a hedge fund for a crypto? Are they a cryptocurrency management company?
Yeah, I don't know, but certainly crypto's on a slow ride to being institutionalized. I think that's a longer story for crypto. This trade is purely stimulus driven, because the last time we had stimulus, crypto was a big beneficiary of that, because remember, X percent of the people that get a check, a lot of the people that get a check that don't need a check, let's just put it this way, let's call it the crypto heads. A lot of the crypto heads, many of them don't need a stimulus check, because a lot of them are in tech, a lot of them are employed, a lot of them are doing pretty well. Okay, so a lot of the people that are into crypto that get a direct stimulus check are getting cash money that they don't necessarily need, and they would be prone to investing in more crypto markets. So I really like that trade. I think this is the first time I've ever said this, that like crypto is to me almost the most obvious pure play on getting a direct deposit stimulus in the stimulus that's going to come out. That's it. Like that's to me, that's an obvious one. And that's one that I plan on. It's the first trigger I pull, guys. It's maybe the first trade I make on any sort of hint that this is going to happen. What's that chart you pulled up, Dave?
That is Bitcoin.
That is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what date the last stimulus happened. I can't recall. I was just going to see on this chart, did we see a bump in the week or so after those checks were sent out? That might actually require me to Google something, unless you have it in your mind. Here, I'll Google it. Don't worry. Don't mind me. I'm just here researching on the fly.
By the way, it will be interesting. You guys will be surprised to see where, if anywhere, Bitcoin fared in our top 10 trades of the year. So that will be coming up on Monday as well. So
that was the Treasury Department announced that the tens of millions would receive their deposits April 15th, and they so that was and a bunch of others in the next 2 weeks after that. So let's go back, just look at this chart. Boop. And April 15th is where I'm putting this little crosshair right about there, and you see it did go from 68.75 to 99.09 within a month.
Yep, totally.
And since then, we've continued to just be on a tear with Bitcoin.
I'm telling you, I think it's an obvious trade. And to remind everyone, I know I am so old school the way I invest in crypto. I actually do it through this. It's not an ETF, right? I forget what you call it. It's
it's a fund, though. Basically, it's a
it's just
a grayscale fund.
What, Jordan?
It's the grayscale fund. You're doing GBTC, right?
GBTC, yeah.
The other thing you can do, can't you just buy Bitcoin directly in Square app?
You can buy Bitcoin directly in a bunch of places.
You can.
And
you
Square
can
is
you
one
just
of
get a
them.
Square app
as well. But here's the thing, Jordan. Like, for tax purposes, right? Like, I feel like now, granted, I'll probably always make money in crypto. So
it just
really
depends on how long, what your holding time is. If you're going to hold it for like short periods of time, then maybe grayscale is fine. But I think if you're going to hold it longer, then it might be a good idea to just buy it in like a Square app. They're both going to give you a statement at the end of the year to where you can like, you get your 10 whatever, your
I know, but I do like seeing that
div or whatever. You get that.
I just love seeing it as part of my portfolio, and it's too bad. it's too bad that there isn't a more cost-efficient way for me to just have like a more cost-efficient crypto fund. But
you know that Coinbase is going to issue your tax forms. You're gonna know what your realized gains are on those. It
you
shouldn't
just
be
get the
that
form
difficult.
from one place or the other, but you skip.
I wouldn't do it through Coinbase. I would do it through Square.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I would do.
PayPal. Like that's what I would do. And if I buy more, I might do exactly that. So it's an obvious trade, but that's my first trade. All right, what do you guys think? What's the first button you hit? If Monday morning, it's, I don't know, an hour into the open, and I text you guys, and I'm like, dude, it looks like they're cracking. The stimulus is happening, and it's going to include a $750 check per person. Like, what are you doing? Like in the next 60 seconds, what's the first thing you hit?
The most obvious one is just Amazon. It's a go-to. Probably just pick up some calls.
Okay.
See, I don't know that Amazon is going to see an immediate impact. I think that we're in the holidays. Amazon's a great investment, but I don't think of it as a trade.
Well,
I think of it more of a...
There's going to be more people that can afford to buy more Christmas presents and more junk on Amazon. That's what they do. They just buy. People are consumers, Dave. They just buy.
Yes. But do you think Amazon's going to see a material jump in sales that week? Maybe.
Maybe not. But I think just the perception is that people are going to spend. People get this money and then boom, they got to spend it.
Right? I think Amazon is off of its highs, and I would expect Amazon to probably have a pretty holly jolly Christmas. And I might buy some more just because it's low, but I don't know that I'm thinking of that as I heard the stimulus news, the checks are rolling, the checks are hitting the printing press, let me go buy more Amazon. I would just want to have Amazon just to have it.
And that's because, like with Amazon, obviously they have AWS, which is a whole nother thing, right? But I think they have Whole Foods, which is a whole nother thing. But also, you never really know how the market doesn't necessarily react to Amazon revenue with as tight of a correlation as, let's say, another e-commerce player, like call it a Lululemon or call it a Restoration Hardware, for example, or
but Lulu
Wayfair,
is so
right?
stretched right now. I mean, they dropped a little bit today, but they are trading crazy right now.
Are they stretched as tight as their leggings?
To get into Lululemon.
I know, but so you have Restoration Hardware, and they're all high, right? But you have,
they're all crazy. I just don't see it. I don't see that you get your check and you're just going to go buy a $5,000 sofa from Restoration Hardware. I think that's insane. Like that's not.
But how about Wayfair though? Like Wayfair.
Maybe
perhaps?
Wayfair. Maybe.
Wayfair's off.
Yeah, I could see. I would way rather do a Wayfair than I would do Amazon or Wayfair. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go. I want to hear what Dave has to say.
What else you could do? You could just buy Tesla calls because that's what you get your money and then you buy Tesla calls. That's what these guys do.
I would be buying Tesla tequila all day long.
You do what the hooders are going to do, and I'm just going to go buy the Tesla calls because everybody else is going to buy them.
Yep.
But there's a problem with that, Jordan. There's a problem with that, and I was thinking the same thing because as part of our social arb methodology, it's all about part of that vetting, part of that process, that due diligence process is figuring out, is there something else happening with the company or with the stock that could be even more important than the piece of information that you're trading. In this case, we're trading a stimulus check, which normally I would totally agree, all the Robinhood stocks are going to benefit. But because Tesla has this huge mechanical thing happening with the S&P, tons and tons of momentum traders that were trading into that event, it's like, I don't know, post that event, is Tesla going to come off? Is it going to contract? So it's like it has something else happening that I think we have to pay attention to and we can't ignore. So all I'm saying is there's a risk. It's not as pure as maybe it was last time the stimulus happened. So that's all I'm saying. And is there another Robinhood stock besides Tesla that would be yet another? I mean, Nikola's not one that exists anymore that people are doing that stuff with, right? What's another Robinhood stock that the Robinhood
Neo is a good Robinhood stock.
Airbnb and DoorDash.
Yeah.
But again, so DoorDash.
But those are not really. Yeah, those aren't like immediate spend. I'm going to go burn some money. I saw some people saying Apple in the comments, and I think Apple, again, that is a company that will benefit because people will go buy expensive hardware and sign up for more of their subscription services.
Man, they are selling every single M1 powered computer that they can get their hands on right now. It is insane. I've been watching the dates, so I've been going and looking at the delivery dates every day, and every day they get pushed back, Chris. Every day they get pushed back another few days.
All the way pushed back to the first week in January now.
Yeah, it's January 5th for a lot of these 16 gig units now.
So
I have 3 of them if you want one, Jordan.
Just I'm interested. I'm interested. We got to talk.
I only wanted one, but they lost one, and so they sent me a replacement. And then I ordered another, just a backup, because ordering a backup should have gotten here before the replacement. And then they found the other one, so I have 3. 1 has arrived, and 2 more are on on the way.
Man,
I love this. This is the most amazing. Watch how fast it opens. Look, it's already on right as you open it. Look at that.
I know you nerds are all hyped about the new MacBook.
It doesn't matter what the nerds are hyped about, dude. They are moving. They are moving.
I know, but how many are they making? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It might be the best thing that ever happened.
They're moving them, and people know that there's going to be the next generation coming out, which is the M1X maybe.
Newsflash, Qualcomm was down today because Amazon announced that they are going to make their own 5G chips.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean Apple?
Apple.
Amazon's going to do it? No, Apple, obviously. Duh.
I'm like, go Bezos.
No. Amazon doesn't know how to make anything. All their products are really slow, which I also buy and own, and Amazon's my biggest holding. But my Alexa compared to my, I shouldn't say that, my Amazon talking device compared to my Apple talking device, which I'm not allowed to mention by name because it wakes everyone's up, my Apple one is way nicer to me.
By the way, you got the new one, the new HomePod Mini?
Right here.
The HomePod Mini, you got it?
Yes.
Wait, did you get multiple of them to do the telecom thing?
So when I ordered this, I was like, I just want to try it. I just want one to see if I even like it. $100, give it a try. The music sound quality on this. I also have a Google one up here. I have multiple Apple ones or Amazon ones in the house. The sound quality on this is so fantastic. Out of this little baseball-sized circle, compared to the Apple, I've seen that. I mean, the Amazon. Why do these companies all have to sound the same? The Amazon one compared to this one, I heard a side-by-side comparison. This blows it away.
Really?
And this fills my room. I bought a second one for this room just so I can listen to music. And I'm not doing the intercom. I'm just going to set up a stereo pair up here. But then I'm going to probably buy them for multiple rooms in the house. Pretty much everywhere I have an Apple one.
Intercom, because I'm tired of yelling upstairs, being like, "Come down for lunch" or whatever. Yeah. And it'd be nice to just be able to talk in a normal voice. And the girls here.
I haven't tried that feature yet.
Yeah,
I've done the Amazon version of that where you drop in, I think is what they call it. But
you can do it on Amazon too. The only thing I've got is we've got Sonos all throughout the house.
It's kind of awkward having a Sonos and then having a separate awesome sounding speaker in the room too. It doesn't make sense.
All my Sonos with Apple, but Apple doesn't have the sound bars and they don't have the thing that drives the my speakers for outdoors. So then I'd be in a mixed thing. So it's like,
it's a problem.
I don't know what to do.
Mine doesn't, and the Apple one does not do as much as the Amazon one because it doesn't have as many, like Amazon. Keep wanting to say her name. Amazon has special skills.
That's Amazon?
Yeah. And Apple has great integration with my Apple Life.
Yeah.
I can text, I can place a call from this, and this as a speakerphone is just revolutionary. Like literally, conference rooms in offices should just have this because everyone wanders around with their cell phone anyway. That becomes a room conference speaker, and it's amazing.
See, I've got everything integrated with Google Home, so I've got like all my lights, everything Google Home, so then I can just talk to the baseball, and then it would turn my lights off. I
need to get an Apple to Control 4 connector.
Am I the only person pumped about the AirPods Max? Like,
I think you are.
Am I?
I think you and I think just you. Yeah. I like the way they look. I'm not going to buy them though. I don't wear over-the-ear headphones enough. And when I did my big comparison between Sony and the the ones I ended up with, which are the ones that you own too. What are those? What's that?
The Sennheisers.
Sennheiser.
Yeah. I love
These are the only
I love the
earphones
Sennheiser.
that I own. They're the Aftershocks because I can put them on, and then I can still hear because they're bone conducting, and so I can use them cycling, and I can still hear if there's like a semi behind me.
So Apple has just mastered the being able to hear while your noise canceling things are in. They call it transparency mode. And the AirPods, I call them earpods, but the AirPods Pro have transparency mode. And
by the way, let's talk about a missed opportunity.
The over-the-ear has the same transparency mode, so that if you want to be able to hear like the bus stop and traffic, or bike cycling, if you want to hear people yelling at you.
Missed opportunity from Apple, though. They should have called them the Airbud, and then it would have been like a co-branding. Every time the movie came up, it would have been like an advertisement for their earbuds.
I think EarPod is a missed opportunity, because that's what I think of them as.
Airbud.
Right.
So great.
All right. By the way, back to money.
We've gone
all
really,
right.
We've
I don't even
derailed.
know what we've been talking about the last 50 minutes. I do want to get those AirPods Max though, but that's enough. Back to money.
You should buy the Apple ones and tell me what you think, or I can do a review for you on Hey There Dave here, because that is probably one of my top 10 most popular videos.
Amazing at $500. They have to be they have to be the best things ever for me to buy those things at $500.
$550.
$550. Yeah, because I already love my headphones. So
I really do not like the carrying case that it comes with.
I wouldn't even use it. I don't like the fact that it doesn't fold. But again, I have to see it up close. Maybe it's pliable enough that it really doesn't matter. But listen, guys, Apple is a viable trade here. Okay, it's a viable trade because you're right. They would definitely benefit. No doubt, they will benefit from that stimulus check. Why? People that would tend to buy Apple products in general, higher income, more affluent, probably don't need the stimulus check to pay their grocery bills or to pay their rent. So a lot of those people,
get some of the creatives that some of the like younger creatives that are, they could be photographers or whatever. They're gonna buy the Apple. And did you guys like leave me? What is going on right here? Why am I even talking right now? I'm talking.
We're listening. I don't know where Chris went. I went to go put the kettle back on.
No, but I'm saying that like there are creatives that are probably lower on the income scale that if they got that extra stimulus check, maybe they do go buy the M1, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I totally think it could benefit Apple. I'm looking forward to it benefiting Apple. I'm a major shareholder of Apple, but I'm not going out and buying more Apple just because of stimulus.
I sold all my Apple, and now I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have, because I thought they were overvalued. But now that they came out with these laptops, I think they're undervalued. Again, that's my opinion. But
no, I think you're right. They are undervalued. That's why I own them. I only own stocks that I think are undervalued. If it's overvalued, why do I still have it? So yes, I think Apple is undervalued. I think Amazon is undervalued.
I own, and it's because I don't want to take the tax hit.
I don't think Bitcoin is overvalued. It is 84.8% of my crypto holdings.
Yeah.
It's done quite well.
Ethereum?
I do. I have 15% Ethereum, and
I thought you were supposed to rebalance. Didn't Leon told you how to rebalance, right?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close.
Okay.
There's something I have 0.01%, $8 worth of something called the OMG network. I do not remember buying that. Anyone have any idea what that is?
Sorry, I had a spill. I spilled the beer on the
That's
carpet.
the second time you've done that today.
I like how he didn't
had
say anything.
He had a pre-store.
He just disappears.
Yeah. For those of you just joining us, this is the stimulus update and happy hour. Chris spilled a beer, his second spill of the day, because he spilled one before we went on the air today. Jordan and I are somehow able to contain ourselves.
By the way, it seems like on Fridays you guys ditch me because Dave started walking around his room, and then Chris hit the deck, and then I'm sitting here trying to finish my thoughts on Apple to nobody. Well, I mean,
I was still listening though. I still had you in my ear.
No, I get not nobody. We've got 712 people that I was talking to, but
that's Friday time with Jordan.
Yeah, Friday time with Jordan.
I'm just surprised it didn't turn to barbecue talk the way it did last week when we both left you. Why do I still have my portfolio on the screen? There we go.
Oh, by the way, I've got to leave by like 5
Dude,
o'clock.
we gotta cut this soon anyway, dude. So don't worry about it.
Okay, because I'm making fajitas for the family tonight, so I've got to fire up the egg here pretty soon. By pretty soon,
Ethereum staking is coming to Coinbase. You will earn more interest. What does Ethereum staking coming to Coinbase mean for me? Somebody.
Oh gosh, I can't talk more about crypto. All I know about crypto is I'm buying it. I'm buying more of it if this direct payment comes through.
Here's my problem with Bitcoin. When I look at the chart, I see these spikes, then I see it drop straight like it takes the elevator shaft up and down, and that freaks me out, right? And so it's like, I don't know when to get out of it, so I don't hold it. No. Look at like the 5-year day.
Here's the 5-year, yeah.
Like it takes the elevator shaft up, and then it takes the elevator shaft right back down.
I am no chart reader, but to me that looks like we could easily go either up some more or down some more.
Right, and that's what
pretty much any chart reader.
That freaks me out, so I don't buy it.
You just have to invest the right amount, Jordan, that you don't ever have to get out of it. Like when I made my investment in
I don't think about things that way.
That's what I did.
I made a decision. I'm holding it for life pretty much, like more or less, right? Like I just don't want, it's a FOMO investment. I don't want to ever think about it. I don't care about it. It's just there. But I would temporarily buy some more, Jordan, for like, to answer your question, I would get in it for about 30 days as part of this stimulus trade. In fact, any stimulus trade that I make, if I make a stimulus trade here off that check, it would last for weeks, not months. Okay, guys? So whether it's crypto, whether it's Apple, whether it's, guys, I don't know, some other Robinhood stock. Honestly, the Robinhood stocks change week to week. So whatever happens to be the Robinhood stock of the moment, you know, I tweeted at Howard Lindzen yesterday, and he is so jazzed about this StockTwits sentiment chart that they run on StockTwits now. So you could basically see the increase or decrease in mention frequency and sentiment of speech related to, I guess, all the stocks that are pretty much similar to Robinhood type stuff, right? So I would probably look at that, and I would make an investment in one or two Robinhood stocks. Yeah, maybe like another NEO. Maybe throw some more down on NEO temporarily, because I think a lot of money is going to float. It's just going to float into that sector. By the way, guys, just throwing money in the S&P probably isn't even terrible. You know, like just we know that a lot of money goes to the market, right? A lot of it gets pushed to the market.
Well, that's what I would say at Amazon also, because Amazon is, I mean, it's such a big, large cap stock that it kind of gets caught up in the rising tide too. And so it's like, for me, and I know this is a weird way to look at it, but I look at Amazon as like my S&P.
Yeah, I get it. I bought more Amazon today, by the way, Jordan.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I more than doubled down temporarily,
nice.
Only because I feel like all the holiday e-commerce stocks are all getting pumped up. You know, like everyone knows this is going to be the ultimate. I mean, no matter where you go, you're on Twitter, no matter what you read, everyone is like, dude, it's insane. The amount of e-commerce that's moving around right now is absolutely insane. And does Amazon have other stuff? Of course. But the reason why I bought more Amazon today, a little bit of a social arb trade. New York shut down restaurants, obviously, again, today, all indoor dining, that is. And listen, New York's a massive state. I think with New York doing that, we'll probably see more states going in that direction over the next few weeks. And that will benefit the Whole Foods sector of Amazon, in addition to obviously just impacting Amazon in general. Because what happens is when you have to start ordering more groceries from Amazon, you also just order more stuff from Amazon. The more eyeballs on it, the better. So small social arb trade. I also think the market, you're right.
Size you're small. How many shares?
I always have I never go below 1,000 shares of Amazon. I upped it to 2,500 today.
That's not small.
Yeah, no, it's not small.
A small increase in your holdings.
It's a lot. But I felt that Amazon is, they formed, listen, I think expectations, there's very little buzz on Amazon right now. And I think it's an opportunity because I think they are benefiting right now by this massive massive holiday season. And by the way, we have yet to see another thing. We have yet to see what a holiday season looks like during the pandemic for Amazon, right? We know Amazon benefited greatly earlier in the year, right? When everything moved to e-commerce. But imagine what a holiday season might look like. It's hard to even wrap our head around it, guys, right? Like it could be just insane. And by the way, I want one other thing when it comes to Amazon, since we're talking about Amazon. I've been thinking about this and talking about it on our show since I think it was April when Bezos came out with that first pandemic earnings report and fed us all a big fat lie that he was going to spend $5 billion extra on safety measures. The second that came out of his mouth, or the news report, right? The second they said that, I said, BS. BS. I know what's up. They are hiding profits because of the political scene right now. It's not. They saw a pandemic coming. They know they're going to kill it. And they're like, we can only kill it so much because otherwise the world's going to hate us. Congress is going to come after us. All these small businesses are going to close down this year due to the pandemic. They knew exactly what was happening. So they're like, what can we do to not have insane amounts of like profits? We can't have our stock tripling this year, right? I know it's a weird thesis, but I truly believe that they're having these thoughts and conversations maybe behind the scenes. How do we settle stuff down? I heard that they're making all kinds of reserves, and I haven't validated this myself, but they're increasing the reserves all over the place. And I think those are fictitious reserves that they never ever plan to actually spend, right? And that when the pandemic's over, they'll kind of they'll reduce those reserves as they need to kind of aid their earnings, right? As needed. And that's another area I think the market just doesn't fully appreciate what's happening at Amazon.
I don't think that that's a crazy theory. I think
I mean, I like it. I might pick up a few hundred more shares. I'm not going to pick up another 1,500 shares. I'll pick up,
What is 1,500 shares at 3102-ish? That's $1.6 million.
Wait, what is?
I was just trying to figure out how many 1,500 shares at 1302. No. It's 3102. So that's $4.6 million of additional shares you picked up today?
When you're borrowing $14 million, what's another 5 on margin, right? What is it? An extra like? I
mean, it's another
100,000, 10,000 a month in interest.
It's just barely a house payment for you.
See, I have some cash in interest right there. But I'm like, where do I deploy it? And I think Amazon might be what I do.
I'm not going to hold.
How could you be in cash right now, Jordan?
I have a ton of cash.
I just don't get that.
20% cash right now.
I'm not going to hold that trade very long though, right? So that trade is kind of temporary.
Yeah. Well, it could do anything. It could go either way because especially in the short term, Amazon has some room to fall after its huge pandemic run up. But I'm with you in that this is a company that has poised itself well from the beginning. It is going to be a beneficiary of not only what's going on now, but the trends in the future. It's my favorite company of all time. So how could I disagree with you buying another $4.5 million worth?
Just for a few weeks, Dave. Just for a few weeks.
We'll see. Okay? We'll see. You're going to get used to having that Amazon and be like, you know what? That Amazon, that $10,000 a month I'm paying to have my Amazon just made me $12 million. I think I'm going to keep it. What's going on in your house?
Sorry, guys. I had some traffic.
Was there a cat in there?
No. Human traffic.
Human traffic. Human trafficking over there at the Camillo household.
Yes. So what else? What else are we missing? Oh, by the way, you see Disney today?
Yeah, $170. I was like, what is going on?
Does anyone here still own Disney?
No, I'm out of Disney.
What?
Yeah.
I'm out of Disney. I got out a long
time ago. Because their freaking parks are shut down. Like, I don't understand how it can be at all-time highs because they're going to be like...
Because they're a streaming company now. They're... Yeah. Of course.
Listen, guys, I don't agree with it. But I have 1,000 shares. I'm not... I have that 1,000 shares. But my kids, my 10-year-old kids, they are 100% invested and concentrated in nothing but Disney stock. My daughter has 3 shares of Disney stock. She bought them for $117 this summer when she opened up her first brokerage account, what I opened up for her. And she's up 53% in like 3 months on her entire life savings.
Not bad.
That's awesome.
She's still 3 figures though, not 4 figures yet. Working her way up to 4 figures, but
she'll be there soon.
It's gonna happen at some point. Anyway, listen, those are my obvious. Are we missing any obvious? This is important subject matter because I think there's a pretty good chance in the next week that this, what do we call it?
Stimulus?
No. We
Vaccine?
This scenario modeling. This scenario plays out in the next week. By the way, guys, if you don't know it already from watching our show, we're not financial advisors, so do not copy our trades. This is how we're trading. It's more about you seeing the process for how we think about our trades. But there's a pretty good chance that this scenario plays out. And I think the important thing, as we've always said, is to have a prepared mind for any number of realistic scenarios. And for me, whether the scenario plays out or not, it's definitely a viable scenario that might play out in the next week. And if it does play out, I want to know exactly what I'm going to buy, exactly how much of it. So the very second that tweet goes out by that, DC reporter that says that McConnell is cracking and he's now willing to add the direct payment stimulus, the second I hear that, guys, I'm going to know, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. I know I'm putting on these 3 trades. They're going to be this much in size, and I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to, contemplate it, because I'm contemplating them now, right? This weekend. So I'm going to be ready to pull that trigger. That, I think, is the biggest thing to take away from almost any episode of Dumb Money, is having a prepared mind, running the scenarios, knowing what you think you need to do, and then doing it when the time comes right. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but whatever you and your financial advisor determine together, right? Whatever it is, just know in advance what you're going to want to do. Be prepared so that when it plays out, you can do it. That's
Chris,
all.
What does your financial advisor think about your margin right now?
His financial advisor fired him a long time ago.
The one in my head?
The little angel that's sitting here and then the little devil that's sitting here. Like, what are they saying?
Hey, Chris.
You can imagine like having to deal with me as a financial advisor. I couldn't even.
No. The poor person at TD Ameritrade who has to take your phone calls is.
He's amazing. No,
Joe.
He's all. Let me tell you something. Joe Caraba is absolutely amazing at Ameritrade. He answers my call.
Super nice, seconds. By the way. Every time you bring him on the show, like, he sounds great. Does he know that he's on the show, by the way?
I don't think so, but I told him
Does he know that there is a show?
I was playing it from my buddies. I did say, remember, I said, hey, I'm going to play it. My buddies are listening.
Yeah.
It could be a few thousand of them, but my buddies are listening, so he knows. But I wouldn't ask him anything that was inappropriate either. Well, the whole world is listening. But listen, the bottom line is they're great. Ameritrade's great. The private trading division, whatever they call them in Chicago, they kill it.
But you wouldn't want a personal financial money manager to manage your money because you can't stand the fees and you know better. But you still buy your Bitcoin through a company that takes 2% off the top.
Dave, it's a huge mistake. I already told you. Like, it's a bad thing to do. I don't agree with it. I'm an idiot I did it because I just wanted a quick. This is before they had it on Square, right? Like, I just did it. Like,
the problem is now that you've got a gain in it. Now you've got to hold that and keep paying that 2% because you don't want to sell and capture that gain.
I think I'm going to move that into the charitable foundation, Jordan.
I'm
going to move that one.
That's great.
I'm going to move it in, and then once I get in the foundation, then
people are asking, why does Bitcoin take 2% and they do not? So that is, Chris is invested in Grayscale, which is a fund that takes 2% to basically invest in Bitcoin for you, at the convenience of being able to do it through TD Ameritrade instead of doing it through another third party.
Maybe the dumbest thing you could ever do, unless you're doing a very short-term trade, guys. So like I said, not something that I agree with long-term, and I'm getting out of that pretty soon. So I didn't expect it to go up like 50% in 2 months. It was insane.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if the 2% is accurate. I got that because someone said that in the live chat.
We know
Proof
they
positive that I actually do read
2%, 1%, whatever they charge is probably...
Even if it's half of 1%, it's too much. That's half of 1% too much. I should be paying zero to be invested in anything. Currency, equity.
I had maybe $500,000 that was being actively managed by a company that was taking a fee every year. And then one year I looked at the bill and the number of trades they actually made, they were not actively doing anything. They basically bought the stocks and let it sit. And so I moved it all out of that and into a do-it-yourself free brokerage account.
Guys, we need to address a recent show that we did because, man, we've been meaning to do this show for so long. We waited too long, but even as long as we waited to do it, have you seen what's been going on with our psychedelic stocks since we did the show? Everyone's talking here. MMEDF. I did not.
I heard there was a regulation that came out in Canada that opened up some Canadian use. Is that true? Is that why they're going nuts?
Yes. Yeah, I think there is something. I haven't been keeping up with it, but you know what's fascinating, guys? One of the other market wizards from Unknown Market Wizards, he'd make the performance of my account this year look flat compared to what he's done. He's super cool. We've been talking, and he's been helping me with some of these psychedelic stocks that I would be normally way too scared to get involved in, these penny ones, like the ones that are really cheap, like $50 million market caps, 100 million market caps. He's done deep dive research. I bought a few of them this week. I didn't even tell you guys this, but I bought a few of these other ones this week. And not a lot, very little. I'll talk about them next week. So I want to really look into them some more. I'll talk about them next week. There's some other psychedelic stocks that are like crazy high risk because they're so small. But I feel like this is definitely an area that I feel the Robin Hooder, the newbie investor, and I think could get really psyched about. They're small cap companies. It's hard to place a cap on how big they can be if they're looking to change the world through psychedelics, and pharma is such a big space. So do I really believe they can be as big as other people do? No, I don't. But I don't think that really matters, right? Because I think the generation connects deeply with this. And you're starting to hear more high-profile stories in the news. Who was it this week? Someone really high-profile that was talking about getting treated through psychedelics. So those storylines are really important for this whole movement and normalize it.
We talked about it November 24th. I saw some people asking if I doubled down, if I bought more. I didn't buy any that day. Remember? If you go back and watch it, I was hesitant to get in because I thought it had just had a huge run up, and for the short period of time, I was right. We did that show on the 24th, and this Mind Med went sideways to down, and then in the since December 4th, since then it has just taken off. So, but I'm still not in it. I never got in.
It's nuts. Totally nuts.
So I'm kicking myself on that, and I know you've made money because I saw it in your top 10 list, and it made the list because of how much money you've made. And if you want to know what we're talking about when it comes to this top 10 list, Monday we are doing an episode all about our 10 biggest trades of 2020. Yeah. Subscribe, and tell a friend, smash a bell, chat the chat, do the things.
Why don't we let everyone get to their weekend, guys? Let's let Jordan get to smoking his meat. I think we covered our big stimulus trades for next week. We'll talk more about this next week if the news shows. I'll be active on Twitter. And guys, if you don't follow us on Twitter, you should, because that's kind of where at least I hang out throughout the course of the day. If not on Discord, I try to get in Discord a few times a week and just do deep multi-hour deep dives where I will kind of engage with the community. But other than that, I'm on Twitter every day at Chris Camillo and at Dave Hansen, at Jordan McLean, and at Dumb Money TV, right?
I've got an underscore in there somewhere, Chris.
What?
I've got an underscore somewhere.
At Jordan_McLean. Yeah.
Jordan_McLean.
And all of our
it's right there on the
handles
screen
are
if
all
anyone
on
needs it.
dumbmoney.tv as well. So if you go to dumbmoney.tv, you'll see all the places where you can watch Dumb Money, listen to Dumb Money on podcasts, and engage with us on Discord and the merch store, all the above. I would say have an awesome weekend and keep an eye out on these stimulus conversations because
bottom
I
line,
think
do you
it's
think
gonna drive
anything's going to
markets.
happen over the weekend? I think that we've basically been dragged into a weekend without anything happening. They got away with it, and we're just gonna hear nothing.
You're probably right, but I mean, come Sunday night,
The arguments are going to start bubbling up again, and Monday it'll probably make the third lead on the Today Show behind vaccine and death count, followed by stimulus. That's my prediction of the news.
Totally. All right, man.
All right.
I am gonna go thoroughly clean the carpet now. I messed up.
You got any resolve?
Yeah, I do actually. I do. I'm gonna go use some of that.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you here on Monday for our big 2020 recap, the countdown of our 10 biggest trades of 2020.